Around a year ago, but super quietly, Apple announced one of the coolest iPhone features that I think we've seen in a long time. It was the ability for your iPhone to connect to a motorized iPhone stand that could follow you around a room. The idea, right, is that for filming videos, instead of having to constantly move your phone so you're in frame, if you just set your iPhone somewhere stationary, it could follow you around the room autonomously while you could focus on what you wanted to make. The underlying technology that powered your iPhone to work with these brand new motorized accessories was something that Apple called DockKit, where it would actually use your iPhone itself as the central computer and chip to calculate where you're at and where you're going. This way, you wouldn't have to download any additional software, and as soon as you opened up your native camera app, your iPhone could begin tracking you fully autonomously. The problem though is that when Apple announced this, there were almost no accessories that supported DockKit and this motorized tracking, well, until now. I am super excited to show you the brand new Insta360 Flow Pro iPhone gimbal. They sponsored this entire video, and I have to show you how this thing works. Because as somebody who films by myself a lot and doesn't frequently have access to a cameraman, this is game changing for recording content on the go, and I genuinely mean that. Setting this up feels like you're using any other Apple product. Because it supports Apple's native DockKit technology, you can just hold your phone near the NFC tag on the Insta360 Flow Pro and you will get a pop-up right away just like you would on AirPods. And then just a few seconds later, the two devices are paired and you can start shooting with the Insta360 Flow immediately. So let's just use the built-in camera app. When we go over to the video mode, instantaneously, as soon as it sees a human face, it will start following you around the room. And the Flow Pro is a 360-degree gimbal, meaning that it can follow you around the entire room in a full circle without stopping. It's not like other products where it can only go to so many degrees, then it turns around. No, it's continuous, and it even has some pitch up and down as well if you jump up or bend down. I know this might not seem like a big deal, but having this functionality baked into the core of the iPhone and these new accessories like the Flow Pro supporting it, it's a huge step forward. A lot of times when I'm out and about, I just want to go over to my camera app and start shooting content without even thinking about it. And with the Flow Pro, it can follow me around and track exactly what I'm doing with crazy precision. Because with DockKit, you are using Apple's iPhone and the crazy fast A-series processor on the inside as the compute module. You're not relying on the processor inside of the gimbal to track you on site. But the big deal, of course, is that this doesn't just work in the stock camera app. You can use any camera app on your iPhone. Like for example, the brand new professional Final Cut Pro camera app that just launched a couple of weeks ago. This allows you to have way more granular control over your focus, the exposure, and so much more of what you're shooting. And now with the Insta360 Flow Pro and DockKit, the ability to automatically and intelligently track the subjects that you are recording. And the video tracking is just what's available right now with iOS 17. With iOS 18, Apple has already announced enhancements to the DockKit underlying framework, so it will work in new photo and additional camera modes that were not supported before. Basically, because this gimbal supports DockKit as a fundamental feature, it's going to get better as Apple improves it over the years with iOS 18, iOS 19, and onward. Apple even featured the new Insta360 Flow Pro in their developer documentation to show off these features as the flagship additions with iOS 18 this year. I've already been able to shoot some really cool things in the short time that I've been using the Flow Pro. But it's not just the versatility of being able to shoot in new ways, it's also the versatility of the Insta360 Flow Pro. I mean, the design of this thing looks so good. It's got this slick, transparent look that I am a huge fan of. You can kind of see the inner workings of the gimbal, and setting it up takes no time every time you want to shoot. They've got this brilliant magnetic clamp system where you can put it on your phone and instantly attach it to the gimbal, and in one step you can rapidly deploy it out that allows you to start shooting the second that you want to start shooting. They also released a brand new MagSafe magnetic mount, so you don't even have to use the clamp on the side of your phone if you don't want to. You can attach it to the back of your iPhone and it stays rock solid attached. I know I was looking at this and I'm like, there's no way that's gonna hold my phone. It is ridiculously strong. I've held my phone upside down on this for a super long time and it stays attached every single time. And I've already previewed this, but it's not just a gimbal for holding. You can set it up as a tripod, and if you need some extra length, you can raise it up using the built-in selfie stick for even more verticality to record whatever you need to. Again, it's like having your own personal cameraman with you wherever, whenever you are. Now, taking a break from the outdoors though, there's a really cool use for this actually inside of your home, and that's on video calls using this as the continuity camera. Because with the Flow Pro, you can use your iPhone as the super high quality camera and it will track you directly there on video calls, and the quality looks insane. It makes it so much more engaging, and again, it can follow you around the room, something that it could not do without being on the Flow Pro. So if you're up and about and you're moving, you're in the middle of something while you're on a video call, it can track you this entire time time without fail. I've actually found it really cool in pairing this with my Apple TV, because here I can have the Flow Pro follow me around and see a giant blown up picture of exactly who I'm talking to on my massive TV. Now keep in mind that everything I showed you so far is outside of the Insta360 app, but in pairing it with that, you do get a ton of additional features, especially the tracking in here I have noticed is absolutely ridiculous. With Deep Track 3.0, they have person re-identification, so even if somebody disappears or goes out of frame for a second, the gimbal will remember that. And this happens even if they're blocked by another person or another object. Like, you can see this in action right away, and the tracking works from all angles too. So even if you're moving around someone or their exact shape or look changes, the Insta360 Flow Pro can still find that object and track it pretty reliably. There's also animal tracking now. So on the Flow Pro, you can drag this around any of your favorite animals and the Flow gimbal will follow them around autonomously, which previously only worked for people. So super happy to see this added. And if you really want to utilize the Insta360 Flow Pro as the ultimate camera person, you can enable gestures. So without even interacting with your iPhone, you can hold up your hand to start or stop recording, and with the app, it will follow you around as intended. But this is also a gimbal, so the app supports some really cool motion and gimbal specific features, like 360-degree panorama photo, where it can capture your entire environment around you and generate something that looks like the entire world is in front of you. The time shift feature looks super cool because it allows you to capture motion over time in quick succession, and the classic motion time lapse, which allows you to pan and capture all of this at the same time. I have genuinely had so much fun using this gimbal. The Insta360 Flow Pro is my favorite iPhone gimbal, and right now you can get an exclusive deal on this when you use my link down below in the description. And the first 30 of you that order this will receive an all-purpose tripod for no additional cost, which looks sick. Okay, thanks again to Insta360 for sponsoring this one. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Sam. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.